at Rusty Bethel Drive. I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jimanita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Thursday, June 12th, and you're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Kendany Campbell-Moss, filling in for Jimanita Swain, and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your very best life. Whether you're here for fashion, food, or fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we have got you covered. Coming up on the show today, we're turning up the island vibes and the gift-giving game. First, we're bringing you the Cat Island vibes, and I'm from Arthurstown, Cat Island, where the Sailing Club is throwing the backyard bash that's pure Bahamian magic. Live music, guest DJs, and culture in full bloom. Trust us, this is one party you'd wish you were at. Then we're in studio for something that all the dads out there need. Our Father's Day gift guide continues. And today we're talking signature scents. The perfume bar is here, and they have experts that will help us pick something to have dad smelling like the legend he is. So whether you're in the mood for music, memories, or the perfect cologne, stick with us. It's all coming up right here.
What is it that you want to do? And we want to have a good time. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exoma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
The Cat Island Sailing Club is turning up the volume, and the culture is back. We are having the Backyard Bash, bringing Bahamian flavor, live music, and guest DJs with pure vibes to one unforgettable night under the stars. Joining us in the studio to break it all down is Aaliyah Roll and Miss Lakeisha Wright. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Great.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now, we're going to start with Aaliyah. Tell us all about the Cat Island Sailing Backyard Party. What has inspired this celebration?
So this coming Saturday, we will be holding a fundraising event, which is our Backyard Rake and Scrape. It promises to be a night of fun. For entertainment-wise, we will be having a DJ Rev along with EJ the DJ, alongside the Pawn Band, as well as guest artist Bloody will be performing as well.
Okay, all right, so now Bloody and those they're gonna bring that good rake and scrape.
That down-home rake and scrape vibe.
Mahalia. That's what y'all bring in.
That's right, that's right.
I've been looking for you.
You got it.
I love that. Now, I'm from Arthurstown, Cat Island, too, so I have to be in the place.
Definitely.
Okay, absolutely. Now, why is it important to include local Bahamian artists and guest DJs in this year's lineup?
Our objective is all things Bahamian.
Yes.
Capturing our culture and the authentic Bahamian vibes in all of our events.
Absolutely.
Leading up to and during our regattas each year.
Okay. Now, Lakeisha,
Yes.
What can guests expect in terms of music and overall vibes for that evening?
Well, once you hear DJ Rev, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know, DJ Rev was old school, old Bohemian flavor. So we're looking for good. And Bloody.
Yes.
I mean, Bloody pull out the little harmonica.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
and he starts, so we're looking to have a great time.
I think it's going to be fantastic. Now, how does this event connect with the culture and the spirit of Cat Island?
Bringing into play, you know, just a few days ago, there was the annual Rake and Scrape Festival in Cat Island.
Yes. Got it.
And so we decided that, you know, there may have been some persons, locals and international guests, who may not have had an opportunity to travel for that event. So we wanted to capture that and have a down-home flavored event here in New Providence for people to enjoy.
Now, I had an opportunity to see some video footage from that. You had the rhythm band.
Yeah.
Y'all were having a good time. I saw
had
them
a
eating
great
flour
time.
cake, and they was having a dandy.
Yeah,
I
a
feel a
dandy was
jealousy.
had.
A dandy was had. I feel a
That's it.
jealousy.
Indeed.
Yes. Now, how has the community responded in terms of the events? How has the community gathered and galvanized around this event?
So we have tickets are on sale for the event, with advance sales going pretty well. But those who haven't had an opportunity to capture some of the advance sales, we will be selling tickets at the door. So we are scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. and we're going to go all night long. So just come out. We're going to be at 5th Place. That's off Tonic Darlings Highway.
Okay, so you're going to be at 5th place. Now, I have some quick fire questions for you.
Sure.
So now you have to answer these. The first thing that comes to your head, answer. All right? All right. Now, they're going to be short, quick. Just answer the first thing. One word that describes this party.
Pure vibes.
Oh, okay. That was two words.
2 words.
That's 2 words, cousin.
Energetic.
Okay? Energetic.
Yeah.
Most anticipated performer of the night.
Bloody.
Favorite Bahamian dish.
Crab soup.
Yeah, peas and rice.
Okay. Essential item for surviving a Cat Island backyard bash.
Water.
Okay. Sound that you can't wait to hear. Rake and scrape, DJ, or drop.
Rake and scrape.
Okay. What's louder, the music or the crowd?
Both.
Both. Okay. Now, Lakeisha, you ready?
No.
You all ready?
I am ready.
We from Cat Island. We
Yeah.
always
Born
ready.
ready.
We born ready.
Yeah.
Now, who's bringing the biggest vibes at the backyard bash?
I don't know. I know. All of us.
All of us? I like
All of
that.
us.
All of us. Wonderful. Best time to hit the dance floor, early or late?
Both.
Get there early and stay late.
Yeah.
Get there early
Yeah.
and stay late. I love that. Backyard party must have come salad or collect.
Collects.
Select.
Oh, both of y'all say collect. We can have some. Y'all give me some rattlers. We can be with some rattlers. If this party had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh, yeah, I know. What's the good one?
Look what you get when you're tired of what you got. It's this Cat Island, baby.
That's a good one.
I know that's right. Where you gonna go next year?
Yeah.
Where you gonna visit? We gotta figure this out. So one thing guests must not miss.
Be there early, catch the band, catch the DJ, and don't miss Bloody's performance.
Don't miss the event on the
Don't
wall.
miss it.
Don't miss it.
a beat.
Don't miss it. How many pairs of shoes should I bring, or should I just come barefoot?
Be like Fan Sean. Take it off.
Just take your shoes off. If the spirit hits you, just take your shoes off.
Take 'em off.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much, Aaliyah and Lakeisha, for being here with us and giving us the inside scoop. I think it's going to be an unforgettable experience. A night of culture, music, and pure Cat Island vibes. So if you're anywhere underneath the sun, we want you to be at 5th Place Lounge, June 14th. You need a reason? Get there. This is it. Stay tuned. We're just getting started. More after the break.
Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training's National Report Card Day is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All parents are urged to collect their children's report card during this time.
Diet-friendly special.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Stop and smell the roses literally. Today is Red Rose Day, a day to celebrate the flower that says, I love you, I'm sorry, and yes, I remembered, all in one bloom. The red rose isn't just a flower, it's a legend. It's been the star of first dates, surprise proposals, heartfelt apologies, and the occasional I messed up bouquet. But beyond the drama, the red rose symbolizes deep love, passion, and respect, which is why it's the go-to flower when words just don't cut it. So whether you're giving one or two or admiring them from the grocery store, from the flower aisle, take a moment to appreciate the timeless charm of the red rose. Because nothing says you matter quite like a single bold bloom. Happy Red Rose Day. Now go spread some petal-powered love. Our Father's Day guide continues, and today it's all about the fragrances that say legendary dad energy. Stay tuned.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill initially. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training's National Report Card Day is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All parents are urged to collect their children's report card during this time.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Dads may not ask much, but always, let's be honest. They deserve the world, or at least a signature scent that says, I see you. Forget the socks and step away from the mug aisle, because this Father's Day, we're talking luxury in a bottle. Joining us today is Peyton Bodie from the Perfume Bar, here to help us sniff out the perfect gift that's bold, refined, and as unforgettable as the man himself. Welcome to What's Trending, Peyton.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good, and you, Miss Macy?
I am fantastic.
That's good.
You look like you brought me some nice smelling goods here today.
Yes, ma'am, of course. Of course.
I love that for us. For those of you that may not know, tell us a little bit about where the Perfume Bar is and what makes it so special.
Well, the Perfume Bar is at our locations of Palmdale location. We have Old Fort Bay, we have the Mall of Marathon, and we have Bay Street.
Okay, okay. Father's Day is right around the corner. Why do you think fragrances are such a meaningful gift for dads?
Because the men these days, don't matter if they look good, but once they smell good.
And they gotta smell good.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes the smell don't match the face, though.
That doesn't matter to them.
No.
It does not at all.
But we have to have the men smelling good.
Yes, ma'am.
And a nice fragrance goes a long way, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I love a good smelling man.
Me too.
Especially on a nice hanky. If I have to, a little, oh, give me a hanky. Oh, I love that for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let's talk about the scents you brought out here today. What sets the gold apart from the original? What sets it apart? Tell me what's happening.
What really sets it apart, in my view, is that the gold, which came out, this is the latest one. This is a woody floral. And the intense here is much more intense, and it's woody amber, if you understand. So this is more woody, and this is more floral.
Okay, so do either of them last longer than the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one lasts longer?
The intense lasts longer, that's the Dolce & Gabbana Parfum Intense.
Okay, can we smell it?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't spray this on me, because I don't want to go home smelling like mine.
No problem.
I need you to spray it.
No problem.
All right. I'm excited already. Now, do I find it like this?
Yes,
right?
ma'am, you do.
Okay,
when it's on the skin normally, you never rub it in. You always would try it just like that. So as soon as you spray it on your skin, you never rub it in or smudge it on your skin.
So that's the tip for the ladies too, because you know what we do, right? When we spray it, we have a tendency to smudge.
Yes,
so don't smudge, just spray.
Yes, ma'am.
And spray everywhere.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Oh, she's sexy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, she's sexy. This smell like underneath your neck. This sexy. Okay, all right. Now tell me about this one.
Well, this one here, this is our gold. This is the latest one that came up from the Dolce & Gabbana.
Right.
Apart from the King, this one here is a very, it's woody floral, but I feel like it's more floral than woody in my eyes.
Now, what do you mean from the King? What is the King?
Oh, the King is our Dolce & Gabbana King. We have the King Intense, and we have a new one coming out this year, which is already out. But when I tell you, when you find it, make sure to get it.
So you want me to come spend all my money to the Perfume Bar?
Of course.
I like that for me. Let's smell this, please.
No problem.
The bottles are very sexy as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Bottles are sexy.
I get you, actually.
I think so. Now, fan this, right?
Yes, ma'am. You could fan it.
This win.
Yes, ma'am.
This friend?
Well, for the ladies, the man would prefer the Intense over this one here.
Honey, what are the price points on these items? Because I'm coming to get, I like this.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the price points? Talk to us.
Well, price points on the newest one is $133.10.
Okay.
Our Intense is $116.60.
Now, tell me, I need to know if y'all have any specials or I get a little discount. Y'all have anything like that? Tell me what's going on.
Well, in my eyes, I believe that we should get all two, because you will easily get
I have to get two.
Of course.
Because one for church and then one for when we go dancing
Of
close.
course.
Yes, so
Yes,
this one could be for church.
Yes, ma'am.
And this one could be for close dancing.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me what happens. I buy this one and I get a little...
Next one, 15% off. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I buy one and get the next one, 50%
Yes, ma'am.
off. Okay.
Including sets.
Including sets.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you find that women are purchasing more sets for their men?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
They feel like they get more from the sets
than just buying the product. But I believe that even though you can't find the set, you still should purchase the item by itself.
I want this tomorrow. I come into you tomorrow to purchase my items.
The ladies' own is a hype too. I'll be honest with you, the ladies' own, I would wear the man over the woman, but it's all too. Even though I can't find the man, I'll still wear the woman.
Okay.
It's really in contrast with them too.
Tell me something. How does the scent evolve throughout the day? Does it go on strong and then does it linger? How does the scent work throughout the day?
Well, with all two of the scents, even though you spray it from morning, you could smell it till evening. So with all those Gabbana scents, they last all day.
All day?
All day.
Because I mean, the price point, that's a pretty good price point to make sure that it lasts. Tell me something. Which scents would you say are ideal for bold, confident dads that would give the vibe of, hey, I'm the daddy, I reach? What scent says I'm the father?
Which scent? I would recommend this one here from Gabbana.
This one?
Because that's a walk in the door that says that I'm man, I'm father, I'm everything in a woman's and a man's life and their family's life.
When daddy walked through the door, this one says, I am top shelf.
Yes, ma'am.
I have arrived into the building.
Of course.
Boy, this arrive into the building dangerous because this one right here, this one is the dropper.
Yes, ma'am.
I think I like this one.
This is like a you and your husband scent.
This is a little
yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I like that. Some dads like woody and spicy scents. Others go for fresh, citrusy.
Yes, ma'am.
What variety do you offer in store?
Well, a variety, including with this brand. We have the light blue. That's a fresh scent I would recommend, and then more woody. All of the ones from Gabbana, majority of them have woody scents in them. With the patchouli and all of the amber and the wood, I would totally recommend the one.
Okay, now if I'm just somebody that's coming in for the first time, I'm a first-time mom, first-time dad. This is the first time we have the daddy celebrating Father's Day.
Yes, ma'am.
What would you suggest for me to purchase that was budget-friendly or cost-effective, that would still give me a nice scent and says, hey, daddy, I appreciate you?
Well, budget-friendly, I would totally go with, what would I say? Any of those Gabbana, because it is budget-friendly.
Okay.
So any of them, you can pick up and say, well, you're getting your money's worth.
Okay.
Because it's going to stay on you all day.
All day?
Yes, ma'am.
All day. Now, do you have any recommendations for dads that are specific to their personalities, like the sporty dad, the classic dad, or the modern minimalistic dad, the dad who's maybe a junkanoo, the dad who's going to be out salt lifing all day?
Yes,
what would you suggest to those types of dads in terms of their cologne selection?
Well, with them, I would decide that I'll find a cool collection to list off for all of them, even though it may not be a crew coming in or whatever the case is. But, well, normally when I have customers coming in, I would normally settle the line. So we have some people who comes in, like tennis players, they say, I want something strong, I want something that lasts because I sweat a lot.
Okay.
I would normally recommend most intense scents.
Okay.
So, for instance, if this is for example, for dads would like to come in and they work in the office, I'll prescribe this. When you wear an intense scent in the office, you have everybody looking at you in the office. When you have a scent on like this, they go, okay, you smell nice, you modern, especially if you're a married man.
Yes.
I would prescribe this.
Yeah, this screams married man.
Ma'am.
I like this, so it really smells good. Are there any special Father's Day offers or bundles that you can suggest to our viewers?
Well, the bundle I would say is you buy one, you get 15% off.
Okay, now this here and this here, do they come with like a lotion, a deodorant, a loofah? Do they come with anything, or these are also separate and in bundles?
Well, also separate.
Also separate.
That's fine.
Where can we find the perfume bar?
You can find the perfume bar to my location where I am.
I come into you tomorrow. I come into you tomorrow.
You can come and find me at Marathon Mall, or if you're not If you can't reach the mall, you can go to our Palmdale location. It's right across from Modernistic. Once you pass McDonald's, it's right there on the right-hand side. And also, that's our store with Liquorland. Our whole building is our own.
Okay, tell me something. Where exactly are you in the Marathon Mall?
We're located in the middle kiosk. We're across from Gorgeous.
Okay.
And we're directly across from CTI and His Fashion.
So when I come tomorrow, don't sell this.
I won't.
I can drop the child to school and I come in to see you.
I won't.
Friend, don't let me and you fall out.
No problem.
Now, come on, Peyton. Thank you so much, Peyton, for joining us and giving us a deeper appreciation of the art of fragrances.
Yes,
and some actually amazing gifts for our Father's Day gifts ideas. I think it's going to be a good Father's Day. These fathers are going to be smelling very good in church on Sunday morning. Whether you're shopping for a bold scent or something subtle and timeless, the Perfume Bar truly has something for every kind of dad. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Diet-friendly special.
Hey, ladies, where's the day? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You what?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Pin the tile sale now on True Independent.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Eva Hilton Primary battles with Thelma Gibson Primary. Now, which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these two schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training's National Report Card Day is Thursday, June 19th, 2025, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All parents are urged to collect their children's report card during this time.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
And that's how we wrap up another week of What's Trending. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for hanging out with us here on What's Trending. Remember, the conversation never stops. Catch us on Instagram at What's Trending ZNS. Share your thoughts and let us know what you think should be the next trend. We'll be back on Monday at 6 p.m. with headlines, highlights, and heat. Until then, stay curious. And most of all, stay connected.
At the broadcast. Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The Deputy Prime Minister slams the opposition, calling them enemies of progress during his budget contribution. Also, Bahamas Air steps in to assist travelers following Silver Airways' suspension of operations. And Labor Department reporting a surge in hiring. We'll tell you how.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, the 2025-2026 budget debate continuing today in a heated exchange on the House floor. Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, unleashing a scathing critique of the Free National Movement, branding them as enemies of progress and accusing the opposition of rooting for the government to fail, especially on key issues like Grand Bahamas recovery. Raven Davis leads us off tonight.
You see, they had 5 seats. That's right. They did nothing. Nothing? Zero. And now they're confused as to why 2 can do more than 5.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, brought both budget figures and political fire to the House on Thursday, accusing the Free National Movement administration of being enemies of progress. He argues that under the Progressive Liberal Party, results are being delivered, and the FNM, he claims, simply can't keep up.
When the IMF report is good, the FNM is upset. The country forecasts a surplus. Yes. But the FNM is upset. Apoplectic. Infrastructure work is going on in most of the islands, but the FNM is upset.
Cooper didn't stop there. He turned his sights on the leader of the opposition, who outside of politics is known as a writer and poet. Cooper accusing the FNM of playing the role of concerned citizens while secretly hoping the PLP stumbles, especially when it comes to Grand Bahama.
We just signed a big deal in Grand Bahama and they don't like it either. They show up. They show up. They show up. Now we're going to have a beautiful development at Grand Lucaya. First class, along with the redevelopment of Port Lucaya. Amen. And the airport coming too.
But the FNM wasn't silent. Deputy Leader Shannon Cartwright came with a sharp rebuttal demanding transparency on that deal.
Bahamian people and Grand Bahamians have not gotten any details. And in his words that he said about the deal we had, that they need to come clean on what the details are and really what it is that the Bahamian people and how they're benefiting.
Still, DPM Cooper brushing off the criticism with this response.
I haven't read it yet, Mr. Deputy. That's in the book. That's in the book, too. That's in the book. But I'm gonna stay focused today. The devil is busy, Mr. Deputy. And it's probably from one of the pages of this book.
Still accusing the FNM of being bad actors, DPM Cooper insists the PLP is focused on a different kind of performance, one grounded in action. In fact, he says the government is working to drive investments across several industries, from tourism to education. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, as the 2025 budget communication remains active in the House of Assembly, eager announcements for the island of Grand Bahama still await. However, speaking with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, he says Grand Bahama's economy can expect dynamic growth.
There are exciting times for Grand Bahama in the sense that there's a lot of support for the infrastructure, the tourism infrastructure in particular, and of course the healthcare infrastructure. We expect also to have significant inputs into the road systems that are the responsibility for the government.
The Foreign Affairs Minister adds, following conversations with the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, staggering numbers within the tourism landscape are expected in the very near future.
We expect about 6 million tourists in Grand Bahama. That's going to be a sea change in the demands for services. So people have to start preparing for that. Bermuda, for example, ran into the problem where there were too many tourists and not enough restaurants. So Restaurants is a thing people, because you have to feed tourists while they're here. You have to have the services which support that. So there's a lot of growth coming, and we got to prepare for it. So Grand Bahama should have exciting times coming.
North Abaco Member of Parliament Kirk Cornish is highlighting several key milestones for his constituency during his contribution to the mid-year budget debate. Cornish praised the Ministry of Housing rent-to-own program as well as the Urban Renewal Authority's home repair initiative, both of which, he says, have given constituents a renewed sense of hope and stability.
Through the Ministry of Housing, families have received, not are expecting, have received keys to their homes under the rent-to-own and mortgage initiatives. These programs is more than policies. They are dreams fulfilled for families who now know the pride of ownership. Urban Renewal Authority continues in a small home repair program throughout Abaco. Prioritizing those most in need are seniors, single mothers, and vulnerable families. Restoring dignity, one home at a time.
He also commended the government's commitment to disaster preparedness, noting that the Disaster Risk Management Hurricane Shelter in Central Pines is nearing completion, with plans for another shelter also in progress.
I'm especially proud and excited about the near completion of the DRM Hurricane Shelter in Central Pines. This modern multi-purpose facility will serve not only as a refuge in times of disaster, but as a symbol of resilience and forward-thinking preparedness. In Foxtown, we have partnered with the local government members and completed land surveys for the development of a future hurricane shelter. This is a vital step forward in ensuring that no part.
Meanwhile, Bahamas Air, the national flag carrier to provide travel solutions amid Silver Airways closure, according to a news release following Silver Airways' recent announcement on the suspension of its operations. Bahamas Air stands ready to assist travelers who may be affected. The statement continues, in order to help minimize disruptions, Bahamas Air is offering rebooking assistance for passengers with impacted itineraries to and from key destinations, including Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and islands across the Bahamas. Passengers are encouraged to visit any of the city ticket offices in New Providence or Grand Bahama, a local travel agency, or contact 702-4140 or email reservations@bahamasair.com to explore alternate travel options with personalized support. Now the statement closes, we remain committed to making travel simple, enjoyable, and affordable for everyone who flies with the national flag carrier. Well, a new wave of employment opportunities is sweeping across Grand Bahama as the Department of Labor reports a surge in job openings across multiple sectors, from entry-level positions to management roles, signaling renewed economic growth and confidence in the island's future. Shalia Roll has the details.
Department of Labor is reporting an uptick in jobs in Grand Bahama, marking a significant shift for the island's economic landscape.
A huge uptick in the demand for employees. Persons have been able to move back to Grand Bahama who wants to, and like I say, anyone who wants a job right now can be able to find one.
According to officials, there has been a steady influx of employment openings in recent months, with positions available in a wide range of sectors, jobs spanning from entry-level roles to mid and upper management positions, providing opportunities for both first-time job seekers and experienced professionals.
Like I say, we find challenges sometimes finding persons to fill various positions. So that is why we are more aggressively trying to put on the job fair. On any given day, I'm inviting the public, come into the Department of Labor, or they can visit our job seekers portal where you'll be able to see all the vacancies that are available.
Increasing its outreach efforts to ensure these opportunities are accessible to everyone, officials have begun hosting job recruitment events in local communities, bringing resources directly to neighborhoods across the island. These community initiatives aim to connect employers with qualified candidates and help reduce barriers to employment.
Last week we held one at the 8 Mile Rock Government Complex, and next week, Saturday, we're going to the YMTA in Hunters.
Also in partnership with major employers like Disney Cruise Line, this week, Disney hosted a major job fair at the Department of Labor in Freeport, recruiting for positions at Lookout Key and Castaway Key, two of the company's growing operations in the Bahamas. Leslie Lopez, Human Resources Manager for the cruise line, says that the public has been responding positively to the job fair, while adding that they will continue their effort throughout other islands to scout potential employees.
We'll be going to Bimini the first week in July, and then after that, we'll be heading to Exuma in August. I think this is a great opportunity for a person to build an impacting career, not only in the cruise line industry, but just their future careers in the Bahamas. So Disney.
The Department of Labor is encouraging all residents, especially those who may have recently returned to Grand Bahama or are considering relocating, to register with their offices and take advantage of the current wave of employment openings. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rowe.
In news from the crime beat, police officers on Abaco are investigating an early morning shooting that left 3 suspects in custody. The incident took place around 1 o'clock this morning. Initially, police were alerted to this incident by the victim, who reported that while he was sitting in a vehicle with 2 friends, a male known to him approached the vehicle, brandished a firearm, and discharged gunshots in his direction. The victim sustained injuries to his chest and thigh. Subsequently, he was transported to the local clinic for medical attention. Tonight, his condition is given as serious, and he is expected to be airlifted to New Providence for further medical attention. In response, police proceeded to a bushy area of Ernestine Highway, where they arrested 3 adult males, all ages 20 years old, who lost control of their vehicle and crashed. Police recovered an illegal firearm from the scene. Meanwhile, the suspects sustained injuries during the collision. 2 of the suspects are listed as unconscious. The matter remains under active police investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact police at 911, 919, or the nearest police station in Abaco. Anonymous tips are also welcome through Crime Stoppers at 300-8476.
And still to come.
In our City in Motion series, we share how GBPA's Invest Grand Bahama Business Concierge Service is making it easy to invest. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
It's about that time again at Dolly Madison. Father's Day is quickly approaching. Get 25% off store-wide on June 13th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and June 14th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Friday and Saturday. And every 10th mail will receive an additional 5% off until 12 noon on Saturday only. Spend $100 or more to enter to win a grill bundle set. It's the big Father's Day sale at Dolly Madison.
Under the patronage of Bishop Godfrey R. Williams and in partnership with New Life Worship Center, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas proudly celebrates 89 years of continuous service and recognizes 10 exemplary fathers from the Grand Bahama community. Don't miss the 25% Father's Day sale in the men's department at Park & Shop this June 12th, 13th, and 14th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, including underwear.
Select the perfect gift for dad from Esquires and get a chance to surprise him with a 360 gas grill. Take 20% off your purchase from June 9th to 14th and enjoy additional savings throughout the store. Call them today at 352-8816. Happy Father's Day from Esquires.
Be a part of history. The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites you to nominate outstanding residents for Icons of the City 2.0. Submit your nominations today at gbpa.com/icons before June 21st. Experience a man's point of view live at the Regency Theater, June 14th at 8 p.m. and June 15th at 4 p.m. Tickets just $40 at 17 Shop or Imagine Graphics. Visit ampv.online for more information. It's the Double Trouble Sale at Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, located at number 3 Milton Street, June 2nd through 7th. Cash sales only. Call 602-5467 for more information.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority Bahamas Baseball Association Junior National Baseball Championships in honor of Nigel Big Nige Boodle Sr. returns to Grand Bahama June 19th through the 22nd at the Merrill Baseball Park.
Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Tonight we continue our City in Motion series with a closer look at the investment arm of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. At the center of that unit is a dedicated business concierge and aftercare service designed for attracting and retaining investors. Why does this matter? Well, the Chief Investment Officer explains in this report. As Grand Bahama continues to position itself for economic resurgence, ensuring that the pathway to investment is clear, simple, and supportive has never been more important. That's where the Invest Grand Bahama Business Unit steps in, the investment arm of the Grand Bahama Port Authority that serves as a dedicated bridge between potential investors and the city.
From the moment you decide that you want to invest in Freeport, there's someone assigned to assist you throughout the entire business setup process.
Chief Investment Officer Derek Newbold says this hands-on approach is more than just a service. The unit doesn't just assist foreign investors, it also provides guidance to Bahamian entrepreneurs with viable projects, helping to ensure their success within Freeport's business environment. Each investor is paired with a dedicated business development officer who guides them through the entire process, helping to remove red tape and ensure a smooth, seamless experience.
And that's for Bahamian from Inagua up to Freeport, Abaco, Eleuthera, New Providence, wherever you may be. You will get that white glove service as long as you connect with the Invest Grand Bahama business unit in the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
Just ask Calvin Dean, CEO of Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center, who has had first-hand experience with the support offered by Invest Grand Bahama since expanding his business into Freeport.
It's much easier than people think with the crew that they have at the Port Authority. I've lived it, I've experienced it. Literally, they would walk you through every single step.
It's one thing to bring investors in, but it's another to keep them here, help them grow, and ensure they're a part of the island's long-term story. And as the city moves forward, Invest Grand Bahama is making sure no opportunity slips through the cracks by making it easier to say yes to Freeport.
We were able to buy property, meet with the individual at the Port Authority, Mr. Newbold, Ian Roll, their legal counsel, I think it's Ms. Swain, and so forth in order to get the ball rolling. And the process was pretty easy, actually. And they literally walked us through every step from start to finish. They called every single week. And so the process was pretty easy. If I knew it was that easy, we would have done it a long time.
So the next time you talk about Freeport, remember, it's not just a city with potential, it's a city in motion. And finally in news, the Kaikuzeki Temple number 184 Oasis Freeport Desert Bahamas Prince Hall affiliated proudly hosts its annual Jubilee Day service in commemoration of the landmark Supreme Court ruling that affirmed the right of black Shriners of the ancient Egyptian Arabic order, nobles of the mystic shrine, to continue their traditions and practices. Each year, on the Sunday closest to the historic date, the temple gathers in unity and reflection. Past illustrious potentate Wilbert McDonald shedding light on the significance of the occasion and the enduring legacy of the shrine.
In 1929, on June the 3rd,
we got a unanimous decision by United States Supreme Court where they ruled 9-0 in favor of us. So as a consequence of that, every year on the Sunday closest to the 3rd of June, we celebrate what is called Jubilee Day.
Associate Pastor at First Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Adrian Bethel, emphasizing the importance of honoring those who came before them and the responsibility of leaving a lasting legacy for future generations.
Building on that rich history where they won the Supreme Court case in the United States so that black Shriners of the Prince Hall, black Shriners, were able to have the same equality as all the other lodges and fraternal organizations. Leaving a legacy is very important because, one, we're not here forever. And if we want something to continue, we have to make sure that we make allowances and provision for it to continue. So leaving a legacy is very, very important. And so we find that within the context of the scripture, within the context of the word, and that's what I came to share with them today.
That's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Well, soccer camp season is officially here. Get your kids registered. Everything kicks off this Monday.
I'm getting mine registered. They need something to do this summer. That's coming your way next, but first a check on the local weather forecast.
This year, forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Under the patronage of Bishop Godfrey R. Williams and in partnership with New Life Worship Center, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas proudly celebrates 89 years of continuous service and recognizes 10 exemplary fathers from the Grand Bahama community.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Do you want to find relief from common health concerns such as headaches, back pain, chronic inflammation, and more? How about improved sleep, boost energy, and improve overall well-being? Check out RA Balance Bahamas and get your body into balance with biomagnetic therapy. For all our social links, contacts, or to request an appointment, visit rabalancebahamas.com.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Good evening, beautiful people. I'm Shane Stubbs with your evening sports update. Summer camp season is officially here. The Grand Bahama Soccer Club kicks things off with their girls camp running June 16th to the 20th, followed by the boys camp on June 23rd to the 27th. Here's Coach Mary Woodside on what everybody can expect.
This year will be our 4th year with the girls soccer. It starts on Monday, 9 to 3. Cost is $135. I think that's a good price for, you know, bringing college coaches here, and we have some college players as well coming back to help. And then next week, the following week, we're having a boys camp. The 2 years we've had about 80 kids each in the girls and the boys. Again, a lot of fun. College coaches coming. And college players helping to coach.
College standout Giselle Lang is back and excited to mentor campers once again, something she always looks forward to.
Well, every camp you usually focus on passing, dribbling, receiving, and finishing, and just games. It's not really about finding who's the best soccer player. It's just really about having fun again, everybody introduced to the sport. I always enjoy coming back. Love bringing my teammates over. I'm trying to get more teammates to come next year too. Like, it's just awesome just to call this place home and just to show them the community.
Up next in sports, the Beyond the Buzzer Father's Day extravaganza features a Freeport versus Nassau clash this weekend. Ariel Martinborough is fired up to continue the rivalry.
I had the opportunity to play in the Bahamas games in 2023 summertime, and we kind of fall short against the Nassau guys. And so this game is kind of like a revenge game for us. And so playing against those professional guys with added pieces now as Franco, it's going to be a very fun game, a very lit game. We expecting to win, and it's going to be a rivalry, and I'm excited for it.
That game plus more takes place on June 14th over at the St. George's Gymnasium. And finally, the Grand Bahama Little League 16U Championship wraps up the season this Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Ameribase Ballpark. The Lions face the Yankees, and Trevor Russell reflects on the journey.
We had a great 18 weeks of baseball, a very competitive year, and this was one of the better years. Last year was a good year. This year was even better. Come out and watch some good baseball this weekend or through the week. Get a good burger from Georgette, and that's it.
And that's your check on sports, ladies and gents. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next.
Under the patronage of Bishop Godfrey R. Williams and in partnership with New Life Worship Center, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas proudly celebrates 89 years of continuous service and recognizes 10 exemplary fathers from the Grand Bahama community.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Welcome to the Party Parlor Supply and Rental. At the Party Parlor, we provide a variety of party themes for your birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, baby showers, gender reveals, any occasion. If you're celebrating it, we have something for it. We also provide customization services for your party favors, shirts, tumblers, and much more. For persons in the creative industry, such as your bakers, we carry fondant, sprinkles, chocolates, flavoring. For crafters, we have your vinyls, your transfer papers, sublimation papers, and your blanks. For event planners, we have your chair covers, your tablecloths, napkins. For any other needs, you can call us at 809-2272. Remember, if you have something to celebrate, we have something for it.
The flow
Fluid Factory, and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is the girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the stuff.
Oh, yes, Tanya Stevens live. Doing all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 platinum, table $650, skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for watching. The Bahamas Tonight comes your way next. Here's a live look at them now.
This news is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, hear of the challenges that lie ahead for the top industry and what strategies officials are crafting to buffer the headwinds and drive growth. Also, with or without the Free National Movement's backing, some Kalani residents say they're sticking beside their member of parliament. And a life-changing gift for more than 100 Abaconians. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. As the tourism minister tells it, the roadmap is clear. This, however, does not negate the fact that the challenges ahead are real. But so is the readiness and resolve, he says, to not just keep the Bahamas apace with the changing times, but in the lead. We hear more about what the minister had to say in his budget contribution from our Alto East Morning. Salto?
Good evening, Makushla. Tourism, our booming #1 industry, has pretty much always been a success story for the Bahamas. But all signs point to challenges within the coming months. Key among them, a softening in tourism travel markets.
Much of this can be attributed to the geopolitical issues triggered by the policies of our northern neighbors, including policies on travel bans and advisories that will disrupt travel to the Caribbean. Taxes and tariffs beyond our control will likely drive up cost of living and precipitate uncertainty. Much stricter and changing immigration laws will affect Caribbean nationals who may face challenges when traveling to outside of the USA, and that will cause them to stay put.
Compounding the problem, the very real possibility of a U.S. recession in the second half of 2025.
Many international research firms like J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs say it's a high percentage, as high as 45% chance that there will be a recession. This outlook is supported by first quarter data of an overall slowdown in the economy of the USA, negative GDP growth in the first quarter, and declining consumer confidence. And whether it materializes or not, this forecast alone will impact many would-be travelers who are likely to take a cautious approach to travel. The point is this: uncertainty shortens booking windows, making the business less predictable. Notwithstanding, our proximity to USA gives us a decided comparative advantage for last-minute impulsive travel.
Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, is comforted, though, that the Bahamas has a strong brand with multiple destinations. The end goal is to be consistent with the message that the Bahamas is open, safe, and ready, and it is a product worth flying to. Reporting live in studio, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Makushla, back to you.
Well, thanks, Altaviz. Now, amid the challenges, the tourism minister also painted a glowing picture of progress in the House of Assembly today, one reflective of the industry's growth strategies bearing fruit. Felicity Darville has that angle.
The numbers don't lie. They show that tourism is making significant progress island by island. That, according to Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable I. Chester Cooper. The numbers show that visitor arrival growth has increased.
From January to April of this year, foreign air and sea arrivals to the Bahamas reached 4.3 million, a significant increase over 3.9 million recorded for the same period in 2024. This represents a year-over-year of 11.7%, and even more strikingly, a 65% increase when compared to the same period in 2019, our last full pre-pandemic year.
Nassau and Paradise Island arrivals grew from 1.8 million in the first quarter of 2024 to 2.05 million this year. Now, 493,000 of that figure are air arrivals. That's 7,000 less than the same period last year. But Minister Cooper says it's due to constrained room capacity. While the government works on solidifying major tourism investments throughout the country, he says Bahamians are encouraged to take advantage of a number of finance facilities available to create more accommodation for guests that will meet tourism standards. This includes family island occupancy, which he says is critical as tourism numbers boost throughout the islands.
Grand Bahama remains the fastest growing island with air arrivals up 14.5%. And we are confident that Celebration Key that will open in Freeport next month will send sea arrivals skyrocketing as well.
Abaco has also rebounded remarkably well, up 7% from 2024.
This steady upward trend speaks to the growing appeal of our family island experiences and our deliberate push to diversify tourism, driving traffic to all of our 16 island destinations.
Plans to attract more visitors to the family islands focus on specialty tourism like fly fishing, ecotourism, medical and sports tourism, and unique Bahamian experiences. There are tourism missions underway to major cities worldwide, and we are sourcing new markets in Canada, South America, Africa, and India. And we're seeing increased airlift with new flights from key markets around the world. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
In related news, the Ministry of Tourism wraps up its two-day sales mission in Florida with officials looking at ways to get more heads and beds from different locations. Cleopatra Murphy has why Florida is a key part of those efforts.
The Ministry of Tourism is looking to expand its tourist market by reeling in a bigger portion of the Latin American market that Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, sees as a huge opportunity for growth in. He says South Florida is a critical market for the Bahamas as many tourists come to the Bahamas from or through it.
Their home is South and Central America that uses Miami really as a hub to come to the Bahamas. We're also seeking more direct services. We're in active conversations with airlines that service South and Central America to create direct routes. Direct non-stop services to the Bahamas, and over the course of time we know that many of them will come to fruition.
Cooper was speaking on the sidelines of the Ministry of Tourism's Global Sales Mission in Miami Wednesday. He touts the events as successful and a part of the ministry's arsenal that helped the country break tourism records in 2023.
This spilled over to 2024, and we beat 2023's records. This hasn't been the only thing that we did that's been effective, but really I emphasize that this is a people business. People want to see, touch, see, and feel the drivers, the movers in the tourism business.
Director General of Tourism Latia Duncombe says the Bahamas as a destination has so much to offer as each island experience is different, and the sales missions also provide an opportunity to share the Bahamas with the world.
Sometimes we think that our travel agents and our advisors are aware and up to date about everything that's going on, but it's always special when we're in market and do the show and tell and they experience the destination, that energy, that excitement, that exuberance.
In 2 weeks, the ministry will host another sales mission showcasing the best of Bahamian culture in Canada. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Coming up, reaction to who's running and who's not. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That story and more when we return.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC is finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Wait, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special, please.
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, you're looking at a shot there of the Queen's Staircase. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith. Welcome back. Michael's Member of Parliament Basil McIntosh announcing in Parliament earlier today that he too will not seek re-election. McIntosh, though, pledged his support to the governing Progressive Liberal Party and expressed optimism towards the growth of that constituency.
I've had the opportunity to serve the people, and Michael already indicated publicly that I am not intend to seek re-election and pledge my full support to the Progressive Liberal Party. The candidate who will replace the candidate who will continue to complete with me. Great work's already in the pipeline.
The next general elections also a no-no for longtime MP Alfred Sayers, who too has confirmed that he has no intention of running again. ZNS News headed to the Fort Charlotte constituency to find out how residents there, like Janet Turnquest and Ruby Sawyer, feel following the news.
I've been a resident of Fort Charlotte all my life. All my life.
before he came public, he called his executives together to inform them of what he was going to do.
He shouldn't. He's very good. He shouldn't have to go. I wish he could stay. I still think he's staying.
Longtime residents Duron Foster and Devon Williams both say Sears was always thinking of them and ways he could boost community morale, adding they're simply not ready for him to take his exit from the political scene.
When you say I'm going to retire, I say, wow. You know what I mean? I think when I run for the Prime Minister, but like age catch up on him, so.
I think that's a loss for the PLP. But I guess he feels it's time now for him to retire, take care of his family. So, you know what I mean? So, probably he'll assign somebody who will have the same mindset as him.
Now, while McIntosh and Sears may be bowing out, as reported yesterday, Killarney MP Hubert Minnis has every intention of staying on as the representative for that Western New Providence community. But what says some of his constituents? Just listen in to what our Lloyd Allen found out.
And Killarney must remain strong. I want to remind them that I am running in Killarney, and I look forth to their vote, and I look forth to their continuous support.
A significant announcement coming out of the House of Assembly yesterday, where Dr. Hubert Minnis made the announcement that despite not having the support of the Free National Movement, he intends to run as a candidate in the Killarney constituency. We spoke with a number of constituents, one of them, Dr. Kwesi Smith.
It's a shocking announcement. I think it's a bold move.
Varied opinions coming in from other Killarney residents, the country's largest electoral district.
I'm in support of it. I mean, I know that when he was in the party, he did very well as a candidate in this constituency. Granted, some things happened. I think it was during the time of his tenure as Prime Minister.
I can't speak generally to how the community will respond.
He is a well-known guy. He never let us down. Mount Pleasant Association Vice President Dr. Cleveland Enos III and Smith say there are needs which remain for whomever serves as representative.
This park is a beautiful park, but it needs proper lighting. The basketball facilities, they served us well, but they need to be renewed. We need speed bumps because children are, coming on and leaving the park.
Bahamian businesses always want or expect the government to do something to help with the cost of running a business. It is overhead is high, and we have to transform those costs to consumers.
There is also speculation of trouble brewing within the Free National Movement.
The party has a stance right now, and that's where it's at. And I think if he was to run with the F&M, I don't know. I think you'll have persons that support him within his own party and persons that won't. So because of that, I think it's best that they just separate. There'll always be that division there.
And while there are others who shared a difference of opinion on the former Prime Minister's decision off camera, the true opinion of Killarney residents will become evident come election 2026. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In other news, courts across the country closed today as the Bahamas Bar Association hosted its annual training days at Margaritaville Resort under the theme Navigating the Legal Landscape, Emerging Trends and Challenges Towards a Resilient Bar. Bringing opening remarks, Attorney General Senator the Honorable Ryan Pender and Chief Justice the Honorable Sir Ian Winder. Bar Association President Khalil Parker says there was a good turnout, giving legal practitioners the opportunity to improve their craft.
It's all about making sure that we are able to provide the public with the best in legal services. And as you would know that the world, it's becoming smaller, more remote. There's digital engagement. And I think that the differences that existed from jurisdiction to jurisdiction are narrowing. And so there's a lot of room for development and expanding our ability to export legal services.
Now, the series of sessions, which will run over the next 3 days, are expected to be challenging but enlightening for participants. Parker says the ultimate goal is to sharpen the skills of those in the legal profession to bolster the country's judicial system.
Each session, we have 3 streams, and the sessions would cover different topics. So you'll have family law, you will have public law, you'll have financial services, and on various themes. And so we'd have members presenting, so they're members who form the panel, and speaking to the members who are attending. So we try to create an environment where there is enough of interest to all practitioners, because we all don't do the same type of law. And then if you're curious about an area, you get to dabble with your colleagues and gain an understanding to see if it's something that you would want to explore.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar just in being digital, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, it actually worked into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live?
Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
A team of American medical professionals on the ground in Abaco providing life-changing surgeries to more than 100 residents there. Diane Dorset has the story.
A return with purpose. The World Cataract Foundation is back in Abaco for a second round of life-changing surgeries. This week, a team of ophthalmologists, nurses, and volunteers is performing over 100 cataract removals and other eye surgeries free of charge at the Marsh Harbor Healthcare Center. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Michael Darville says programs like this are important to bring essential health care directly to the family islands.
Today, it's such a pleasure to see the smiling faces of those individuals who have already had the procedures done, and to see the amount of residents of Abaco and by extension throughout the Bahamas here in Abaco to have these procedures. This program is a wonderful program in partnership with the Department of Public Health and the Ministry of Health. health. And it revolves around bringing the entire community together to have these specialized surgeries and give them back something that they have lost, vision, which is absolutely essential for health and well-being.
World Cataract Foundation ophthalmologist Stuart Galloway says they had to return after seeing just how life-changing the first round of surgeries was.
There's nothing like it. I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's the best part of my professional life is helping people who can't get help. I do this at home for paying people, but this is a whole other world. So no, it touches everyone's heart. Anyone who comes and does this will frankly be infected with it, and you want to do it over and over and over again. It's amazing.
76-year-old Cooperstown resident Boynell Williams, a businessman and a retired road builder, has been living with cataracts for several years and is happy for the relief that the removal has brought.
Your eyes is one of the important things, I think, you know what I mean. Nobody want to be blind. You can manage with a crutch like I got now, but you know what I mean, blindness, it's a hectic thing. And I thank God for all the doctors and the nurses, and they're very, very professional, you know what I mean. And I say to all my friends who got it and scared to come, please come and get this, because it's free.
What you're seeing now is what many patients lived with, clouded vision every day. But after just 15 minutes in surgery, they're now seeing the world like this. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Well, that's all the gifts we have for you on this side, but LaDawn and Marlena, what you have for us?
Port McCuskey, let me tell you, Marlene and I almost forgot that Sunday was Father's Day, but we got a question for you. Are you going to be cooking crab and rice, or are you going to be getting something nice for Father's Day?
I opt for the second, the latter.
Same. I'll do the gift. That's what we'll do. What about you? What are you going to do?
I think I'm going to be doing something nice.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I hear some of them, I don't know, people are kind of in the middle of the road with what they want these days, so we're going to go with the gift.
Yeah.
We've got a special story on Father's Day coming up, too, in our show.
That sounds good. Stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
Diet-friendly special.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza. When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Lala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
Oh, this ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre?
If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, right? Wait, financial independence, right? Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, Mike? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do? What does do? Hey, check the website, one.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Dave. Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Pin the tile sale now on True Independence.
Several school security officers recently received enhanced knowledge and training during a security conclave hosted by the Security Department of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. Permanent Secretary Lorraine Ambrister and Director Dominique McCartney-Russell underscored the critical role of security officers on school campuses throughout the nation.
Whatever they may say about the Bahamas school system, we bring normalcy to children's lives. You can see what's happening in these homes, and you security officers are a huge part of bringing order and normalcy to our lives of these children who don't get it in their homes. So I say thank you for all you do. I say thank you for supporting Mr. Arnett and the supervisors and other staff members in this very critical, important role.
The goal of the Ministry of Education is to provide access, number one, to quality, holistic, and globally competitive education. But to be able to do that, there must be order on that campus. And the principal is not the only person responsible for that. Everybody on that campus, including those not on the campus, are responsible for ensuring that the environment is conducive for learning.
The conclave featured engaging presentations from various security leaders, including members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, a key partner in the ministry's effort to improve school security.
We have to take security to another level right now. And that starts with you. I don't want any, and I always say this, the police officers are not up here and security officers down here. Everybody is on even keel. Everybody has a role to play.
Jonalie McIntosh for Ed Talk.
The Neil Ellis Scholarship Awards went down on Bimini last evening. Corval Pyfrom has the details.
And lucky Bahamian students are off to Beijing for agricultural studies, so good job there.
Plus, our very own Jamal Moss tells us all about his big role as a single father. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, Bahamians make an impact at NCAA Track and Field Championships.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
Father's Day is this weekend, Marlena. Fathers are in advance rejecting the crab and rice bid. Gifts or accolades this year, what do you think?
Well, I heard the news and I agree with them. I feel like there are more than enough deserving fathers out there. I mean, love the crab and rice, but you can get crab and rice and the gift.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some very good fathers here in the Bahamas, especially right here in the Broadcasting Corporation. Like we've got Karen Miller, Jerome Saunders, Charles Fisher, Jamal Moss, who we're going to be talking to later.
Yes.
Corey Smith and Julian Anderson.
And before you get us into trouble for forgetting names, let's dive right into the news, shall we? A third student was last night added to the Bishop Neil C. Ellis Circle of Excellence. It's an annual awards program for primary school students on the island of Bimini, and the winner receives full tuition for the duration of their high school journey. Corval Pyfrom was in Bimini for the 6th grader Javari Davis's crowning moment.
It came down to these 4 students, the finalists for the Neil C. Ellis Award of Excellence speech competition, with one of them ultimately being inducted into the Circle of Excellence. Bishop Neil C. Ellis is the program's patron.
This is an exciting journey, and I continue to look forward to it with great anticipation.
The program, created back in 2022, is designed exclusively for Bimini students as they embark on their high school journeys. It's also a way for Ellis, himself a Bimini native, to give back in a meaningful way while also helping create opportunities for future generations.
As I was getting ready to retire from Mount Tabor as the full-time pastor, I felt with people like Levin and them prompted It was time for me now to go back and do for some children what God did through Mr. Kinlan for me.
And so in Bimini last night, it was sixth graders Robbie Smith Jr., Javari Davis, Kaylee Sands, and Renage Dorset, all standing tall, all courageously presenting their speeches. The finale of a weeks-long competition, which also included interviews and an essay competition. The topic last night, Bimini, the land of endless possibilities.
I have listened to people who said, and I quote, "Ain't nothing good come from Bimini."
Imagine new houses and apartments for people to buy or rent.
An island boy, like our very own, Neil Ellis.
In the end, Javari Davis of Gateway Christian Academy walked away the night's big winner, taking both the People's Choice Award and becoming this year's Circle of Excellence inductee. For Javari, who aspires to one day follow in the footsteps of another now famous Biminite, VJ Edgecombe, by becoming a professional ball player, and his parents, this was a moment that brought immense pride.
My teacher asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, sure, what gonna hurt?
He's always open-minded, very competitive too, but he's he's a humble competitor.
I can't even express the words. I am very proud of my son.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. I'm Corbell Pfeiffer.
So sweet. Congratulations, Javari. Well, speaking of students, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and the Chinese Embassy today announcing 23 pupils from BAMSI, BAIC, and the Ministry of Agriculture are to head to China this Sunday, June 15th, to undergo agriculture courses for the next few weeks. This cohort hopefully moving us one step closer to a stronger agricultural sector through the empowerment of Bahamians. The move also meant to strengthen the partnership between the Bahamas and China.
By the end of June this year, we will have nearly 50 government officials, business, academic, media, and community figures that enjoy training courses in China.
We'll be examining ways to extract value from what is often overlooked, from shells, peels, fibers, and fish waste, to turn them into valuable economic assets. This is the kind of innovation that can move and will move the needle for the Bahamas.
And that's not all. According to Dr. Donovan Moxey, president of the Bahamas-China Friendship Association, there will be a competition between June 15th and November 15th, after which participating Bahamians will have a chance to win cash prizes.
So what we're looking for is for those Bahamians who go to China, you capture video of your experiences in China, be they cultural, be they technology, be they learning, and then talk about those experiences through the eyes of you as a Bahamian in a way that Bahamians who have not had an opportunity to go to China really understand exactly what it means to go to China and what you're seeing through the lens of your eyes. This particular competition, again, is open to two groups of individuals, high school students between the ages of 14 and 18, and adults who travel to China either on vacation or business or as part of missions. The contest basically has prizes for the first three top videos, and the prizes range from $800 to $300. So there's a single $800 ground prize, and then there's a third prize of $300, which we give to 6 persons, and a second prize of $500, which we give to 3 winners in the contest. And so again, we look forward to your participation, especially those persons who either live in China or plan to travel to China this year, because we really want people to understand Bahamians' experiences through the lens of our eyes.
Father to a 19 and 1-year-old, ZNS's own radio production director Jamal Moss shares the joy of being a father, something he says he wouldn't trade for the world. In light of Father's Day this Sunday, Moss left some nuggets for current and soon-to-be fathers.
And be that guiding light, be that motivation, be that strength for your child, and just do everything you have to do to ensure that your child gets the best education, whether it be government or private. Be a mentor, like I said, be a motivator, adjusting to the fact that you're dealing with younger souls, impressionable souls, and the way how you would deal with persons who you would rub shoulders with every day is different from them, and also being there for them when they have some challenges, questions, concerns.
And while there's sometimes humor in the difference in giving to mothers on Mother's Day versus fathers on Father's Day, Moss says fathers too deserve to be showered with love and affection, adding it goes a long way in reassuring them of their worth.
And do a lot for mothers. We show either your wife, your baby mother, or your mommy. We show a lot of love. But when it comes to fathers, why you keep giving us crab? We don't want no crab. Let's put Father's Day up there.
And still to come, the Right Worshipful District Grand Master of the Scottish Constitution, Anthony Bostwick, joins us tonight, fresh from his Botswana tour. Weather is also coming up on the other side of the break, so keep it locked.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Thinking of ways to save is easy at Super Value and Quality supermarkets. Sea Bass Chunk Tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.89. Country Barn Mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Whole watermelons, $5.99 each. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Join the Super Value Quality Points program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, that's Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and we have some Sahara dust in the mix, and that's being advected towards the west, and some of that should get here by the weekend, and that will keep a lid on any kind of development of shower activities and even tropical cyclones over the next several days. And live weather radar showing a couple of showers just to the west of us, and that's all being moved towards the west, towards the Florida Peninsula. So we should look forward to some clarity over the next couple of days. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. Now, for the Northwest and Central Islands tonight, right through Friday, those winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags are in place for boaters in the Northwest and Central Islands into Friday. Tide-wise, it's going to be high at 9:39 tonight, another high tide at 9:55 tomorrow morning. And for the southeast bombers through Friday, easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots. The wave height 4 to 7 feet, so that caution flag extends into the southeast bombers through Friday as well. As we take into Saturday, we will see some reduction in those winds becoming southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet, so we'll drop the caution flags on the Saturday. That's only for the northwestern islands. High tide will take place at 10:38 in the morning with the low tide at 4:35 in the afternoon in the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. Winds southeast with a slight reduction as well, 12 to 18 knots. Wave height 3 to 6 feet, but nevertheless, we will maintain the caution flags for the central and southeastern islands on Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Melina.
Thanks, Basil. Now, let me make sure to get this right. Right Worshipful District Grand Master Anthony Bostwick of the Scottish Masonic Constitution joins us tonight live in studio. He is fresh from his Botswana Masonic tour. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I think lots of people look at Freemasonry as kind of spooky. So before we get into anything, can you give us a brief run through without exposing your secrets on what Freemasonry really is?
Well, let me first say thank you for having us, and thank you to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And as you know, there's nothing spooky about Freemasonry. Freemasonry found on the tenets of brotherly love, relief, and truth, and has existed. Scottish Freemasonry existed in the Bahamas from 1806, and we've been around for quite some time. What we're trying to do now in its modern context is bring more families, open up Scottish Freemasonry in general. There are 4 basic constitutions. You have the English Constitution, Irish Constitution, Scottish Constitution, and Prince Hall. Those are the 4 fundamental pillars of constitutions that make up Freemasonry globally. What we are trying to do in the Bahamas is to let, no matter your wealth, station, or class, you have to understand that we are all ambassadors for our country. No matter where you go, no matter how old you are, you represent this beautiful little spot that Scott Kelly, the astronaut, profoundly declared as the most beautiful spot in heaven from space. So with Freemasonry and its universality, its global reach, we have now taken on the task that when we travel, we make sure that the Bahamas is front and center before ourselves. We put country first. And I think that is something that we are trying to instill in the youth of our nation as well.
Now, speaking of travel, you just came back from your trip to Botswana. Can you tell us why it's so important to visit other Masonic jurisdictions and a little bit about your trip?
Well, one of the things that's very important about Scottish Freemasonry is that it's universal. And one of the things that this little beautiful country that we call the Bahamas has is the power of communication and travel. My trip took me into Cape Town, South Africa, Johannesburg, Botswana, and Zambia to the 5th ISMC conference, which is the International Scottish Masonic Conference. Remember, we hosted the Scottish Masonic Conference here at the Atlantis Resort, which was very successful. We were supposed to go into Lebanon, but there was some challenges. So they went into Scotland, and then we went into Zambia. And just so happened that Botswana and the Bahamas always sat side by side because of the B, the A, and then the O. And there was a district grandmaster called Jay Remish. And he came to the Bahamas to my installation, and I promised him that I would visit him. And there's only 2 things that we say in the Bahamas that you own is your name and your word. He knew my name, and I gave him my word.
Right.
We ended up in Botswana, and it was a very memorable trip. It was one that I wish more Bahamians could experience, so that you could really understand the global impact the Bahamas had. It was the first time in the Grand Lodge's history that 2 Bahamians sat in the 2 most powerful chairs in Scottish Freemasonry.
Wow.
Immediate past District Grandmaster Joseph Curry and myself. We sat as senior and junior warden to the Grandmaster Mason during that ceremony.
Amazing.
Which really cemented the Bahamas throughout the Masonic world.
Amazing. Now, I feel like you've given a lot of great information and people are probably very curious, and I know you guys have an event coming up soon, next month, I believe. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. The Scottish Masonic Food Festival. One of the things that we did was, like I said, it was for families and lodges to get together, each island to present its own unique food staple. Eleuthera was pineapples. Abaco claimed, well, Andres claimed everything crabby, which is crabs, and every island claimed. So we came together to promote this food festival as a family fun day, with all the proceeds going to our various charities, from prostate cancer to blood drives to you name it, we're there. But one of the things that we want to do, we want to come from behind the veil, and we want to focus more on the youth of our nation, because we have too many young men that are in we see it every day in the newspapers. So we have a mandate right now to bring more young men into because the more young men we have in there, the less problem we have out there.
Right. And just before we go, the time and the place of that fair again?
July 12th. It'll be at Dolphin Drive at the new temple ground.
Amazing. I've heard of this fair before. I don't think you want to miss it. Well, District Grandmaster Bostwick, it was a pleasure hosting you tonight. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck with the event. As for us, let's check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Coming up in sports, several Bahamians making a significant impact at the NCAA Track and Field Championships. More details coming up next.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
We at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service, we do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Topping sports, the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships began on Wednesday in Eugene, Oregon, with 3 Bahamians seeing action on day 1. In the men's javelin finals, Nebraska's Keyshawn Strawn leaving it all on the field in Flight 2 as he finishes 5th overall. Strawn's best throw spanning 76.44 meters. In Heat 2 of the men's 4x1 relay prelims, Zion Campbell and his Minnesota Gopher squad clocked a season-best 38.16 seconds, advancing to Friday's finals. And in Heat 1 of the 110 hurdles was Oscar Smith of Louisiana Tech. He finished in third place with a time of 13.45 seconds, just 0.2 seconds shy of qualifying for the finals. Smith received second-team All-American honors for Division I outdoor track and field. And on Thursday, the women getting their first taste of action. Florida's Anthea Charlton competing in the women's 100 and long jump. Following her is another Florida Gator, Quincy Penn, running in the 4x1 relay. Then Javonia Valcourt of Tennessee sprints in the 400 and 4x4. The NCAA Track and Field Championships will take place at Hayward Field through Saturday, with all of the events covered by the ESPN network. We'll have more updates and stats in Friday's Sports Gas. And that's been your Thursday Sports Check. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now.
Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date, Saturday, June 28th, 2025, Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with a variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Welcome back. You're looking at a shot of the Whispering Women of Sacred Space out at Clifton Pier. That shot is courtesy of our drone pilot, Neville Big Nev Smith. Beautiful shot as always. We do hope you enjoy our nightly drone flies. And speaking of flights, let's take a plane ride down to Exuma with Charles Fisher. Let's go.
Charles Fisher covered all grounds when he was in Exuma this weekend. He caught up with a Bahamian who is the commissioner of the city of Miramar, Florida. Here's the story.
Her roots is in the Bahamas, Barry Tari to be exact, and the McKenzie clan, her ancestors. After graduating from government high school, Avril McKenzie Sherazad moved to Florida and has built a career in public service and has now risen to the post of Commissioner of Miramar.
A lot of who I am today was molded by the upbringing that I had as a child. I was raised by community, the community in Bozine Town as well as the community right here in Barry Tari. All those summers, all that love, all that nurturing. I understand human-to-human connection. That's what it did for me. Moving into the position I'm in now, it really was me hand in hand, finding ways to serve, because I was very well served as a child. I was very well taken care of by community. What better way to show that you have appreciation than to give back in service? And that's exactly what I've been doing the entire time without even an intention of seeking higher office. It was, how can I better my community? And it's by giving self.
Just recently elected, she came back home on her first official visit with the new post.
As of March 11th of 2025, I was voted in almost, it was a landslide in my opinion, to serve at our city commission in the city of Miramar for a 4-year term. It's been 3 months, and it is what I expected it to be because I know it's service, and I went full speed ahead into doing the work that I had already started in the community. This is just a fulfillment of that.
Commissioner Sherazad did not come alone. She brought with her the assistant city manager and economics and business development specialist.
Barry Tarry is home. You heard what this is. This is a homecoming fest. And as a child, I remember coming to fest and not understanding, because there's certain things a child wouldn't appreciate about what homecoming really signifies. Homecoming means I remember where my roots are, and I still want to plant more roots there. We've all grown up. We've all went about our ways. But we remember where it all started, and we give back to the economy. We give back to the community with our presence, with our time, with our resources. And so it's important for me to make this the very first official trip for myself into the land that has carved me into the woman that I am today, to land right here in downtown Barry Tarry.
And in return, they too with gifts for Barry Tarry.
I was overcome because lost for words is something that happens when you couldn't believe this was a moment that was happening. I ran around here as a little girl. I played in the streets of Barry Tarry. But to be standing in an official capacity and be recognized by people who I am thinking should be getting recognized, it can't be any more humbling than that.
In our next report, we will speak with members of a delegation who was elated to be in the Bahamas for the first time. For Access Now, I'm Charles Fisher.
Bahamians are doing some great things out there, Malena.
Yes, I love what you had to say about planting roots, continuing to plant those roots in the place that you're from. So great story, Fisher. Let's turn things over to Matea Cunningham and let's talk socials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, where I keep you locked into what's trending across your timeline. If you're tapped into the Bahamian music scene, you've definitely heard of Papa Smurf. And if you haven't, now's your chance. His track, Jukiana, is making serious noise, and the music platform Mic Check just gave him a major feature on their page. Mic Check is a Bahamian platform focused on promoting new legends and the next up. They showcase unreleased heat, hidden gems, and what the young people call certified bangers. Check out his.
On a mailboat, and I carrying with me my coconut rum. And I don't care to see anyone when I get there. I just want Jukiana to welcome me when I come. So I going down to Nassau for that Jukiana. I going down to Nassau for that Jukiana. And when I find that Jukiana I'm searching for, I get Jukiana, Jukiana, Jukiana till I can't Jukiana no more.
Jukiana brings that high-energy, raw island vibe that's impossible to sit still to. What's even better is how it's reminding people of good old-fashioned Bahamian music. Well done. If you haven't heard Jukiana yet, fix that ASAP. That's what's hot in socials. I'm Matea, and this was Let's Talk Socials.
Great job there, Matea. Well, that does it for Access Now this evening.
Yes, but stay tuned for the rundown on leadership. Keishelle Davis is our guest.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Boys and girls, leaders from all generations, good evening and welcome to the Rundown on Leadership, where we don't just talk leadership, we embody it. I am your host, Amarda Shaw Thompson, and I am so grateful that you are here with us for one more transformational and thought-provoking episode. And boy, do we have an episode for you tonight. Before we go any further, though, we want you to know that we really appreciate the feedback you've been sharing with us on our journey so far. We value that feedback, and we would love to help you nurture your leadership journey. So what do we want you to do? We want to invite you to share your leadership stories with us, the nightmares and the dreams come true. Ask us your burning questions and share your leadership wins with us as well. We're on this leadership journey together, and we want you in the front seat with us for the long haul. So just visit our Facebook page or hit us up on the ZNS digital page on Instagram, or reach out to me personally on Facebook or LinkedIn and share your journey with us. You may just be featured live on this show. As always, we want you to share the wealth. If you're watching us online right now, let us know where you're watching from and share this broadcast with the leaders or aspiring leaders in your life. Don't get better alone. All right, now to the reason we're all here. Tonight's episode is going to be good. Has this ever happened to you? You're driving along in your car, you're talking to a colleague about a hotel, you want to stay out on vacation you want to take, and after the conversation, all of a sudden, in your email, on your social media feed, that exact hotel or destination shows up? It's crazy, right? Let me ask you this. How many of you have heard of AI? How many of you get excited when you hear those letters? How many of you get terrified when you hear those letters? How many of you have absolutely no clue what AI even is? Tonight, we're answering all your questions. What is AI? Is it a trick? Can it replace me? How much should I be paying for it? Technology, folks, is no longer coming. It's here. It's everywhere, and it's changing every single thing. Tonight, we confront the uncomfortable truth. Leadership has changed. The question is, have you? In a world fueled by AI, driven by data, and accelerated by algorithms, the leaders who cling to outdated mindsets are not just behind, they're being left behind. And while some leaders are still asking, should I get involved with AI? Others are waking up to a much deeper question. How do I lead responsibly in a world where what's real can be replicated, where what's fake can be weaponized, and what's fast can be fatal? But hear me very clearly, folks. Technology is not the threat. Complacency is. Artificial intelligence is not coming for your job. Mediocrity is. Automation is not replacing leadership. It's revealing whether you've actually been leading or simply managing. Digitization did not erase value. It exposed the places where value was never created to begin with. And here's another truth, leaders. Being tech savvy will not save you alone if you're not team savvy. Some leaders are charging ahead with automation while their people are quietly burning out, breaking down, or checking out. There needs to be a balance, and that's why tonight is so critical. Because if you push tech without purpose, you may win the moment, but I guarantee you will lose the movement. On the other hand, if you avoid or disregard technology altogether, you are staring down the barrel of irrelevance. So to help us navigate these uncharted waters, we've invited a true digital age thought leader, visionary, wealth builder, educator, and strategist, my friend and personal business coach, Mrs. Keishel Davis, to help us separate the hype from the help, the threat from the throne, and the noise from the next level. This isn't just about keeping up. It's about showing up with intelligence, intention, and integrity. This is the Rundown on Leadership, where we talk real leadership with real people. So as usual, grab your pen and paper, share the link, refresh your beverage, and let's dive in. Your breakthrough is on the other side of this break, so stay close, everyone. Your leadership legacy continues when we come back.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You up?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I got nothing to do. Been the time saying now on to independent.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has two arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say, welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Welcome back to the Rundown on Leadership, and here to help me run it down tonight is my friend and tech genius, Mrs. Keishel Davis. Keishel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
You are
tech
welcome.
Genius, that's kind of
Tech genius, man, Keishel. We're going all the way there tonight because
tech lover, tech geek.
Okay, let's reframe that. Let's reframe that. Tech lover, tech geek, all knower of all things tech. I can go with that still. Keishel, we have a tall order tonight and a near impossible task. They want me and you, they want me and you, us, to have a conversation about AI and technology in 1 hour.
Listen.
Keishel, what we can do?
Listen.
We can figure it out.
We can do something. We can give them something in an hour.
Yes, we will figure this out.
Not enough, though.
I believe, Keishel, that the reason that this show is so important is because we have an opportunity right now to help people understand what most people are fearful of. Yeah. Right? And I say all the time that you're only fearful of what you misunderstand. Yes. Right? So with that in mind, Keishel, when you think of what AI and technology actually is, let's dive right into this conversation. This is the rundown where all of our conversations tie right back into leadership. No matter what we're talking about, no matter who we're talking to, we realize that anything and everything begins with leadership. So with that in mind, what do you say, Keishel, to the leader who is unaware of, unprepared to, does not understand the complexities and the dynamics of technology? How is this individual able to lead their team successfully?
That's a heavy question right off the bat. When I think of that leader who is, unaware, unsure, maybe resistant to AI, it's really having the frame of mind to, one, pause and recognize that we are in the era, an age of AI. This is not a tool that is forthcoming or people are talking about as coming. This is a tool that is actually here and is actually, your team is perhaps, and I know this with full certainty because I work with teams, is perhaps using AI right now in some way, shape, or form. And so if you as a leader have resisted it or have become unaware or still cannot say, you know what it is or still cannot say that you've begun to look into it, then you already behind.
Wow. If you as a leader are not prepared to understand that members of your team are already using AI, already tapped into it, have already explored it, then you are behind the 8 ball.
They're behind the 8 ball.
Wow.
Absolutely. Because when you think of how the expectations of people now, the expectations of clients, of customers, we are in the age of speed.
Yeah.
We are in the age of really getting things done quickly. With speed, that requires now tools and technologies. Now, of course, we've had technology for a long time. I've been teaching tech for, I know I look 20, but for 20 years, I've been teaching tech. And so we've always had tools to help us. But when you think now of this new tool that we've been blessed with, I would say, it's really one that will help us to speed up our output and increase our productivity. And if you're a leader who are not looking at ways to speed up output, increase productivity, enhance performance, then again, you are not looking at really the bigger picture of how do you now continue to move your team forward in a faster, smarter, and better way, which is what I always like to say when it comes to talk on technology.
Faster, smarter, better.
Yeah.
Not replacement.
Not replacement.
Not doing away with. Becoming faster, more efficient.
Reinvention almost.
Reinvention, right? Becoming smarter, becoming faster, becoming better. None of those things on their own right are damnation.
No.
They are going to be elevation. They lead to elevation, innovation, creativity. What are some of the most dangerous signs, Keisha, that leaders what are some of the most dangerous signs that a leader is stuck where they were versus trying to get where they should be?
So when you think of tech as a whole, right? AI, we can dive into it, but when you find leaders who are still doing it the old way, and the old way is even from a place of producing reports from, and this may seem really simple, but I see it all the time, even when I teach Microsoft Office and those, not even just AI. People who are producing reports from scratch, from a blank page.
Like writing it down.
Yeah.
Starting in Microsoft Word, blank canvas.
With technology now, there's no need to do that.
Absolutely no need.
There's no need. And then when you think of, okay, yeah, that's simple. How long does it take you to start from scratch and to produce a report? And how long what does that output cost you, the time it takes for that output to cost you, versus being able to produce that report from a draft that, in this case, AI writes, or even Microsoft now have tools where you don't have to start from scratch. How much time does it save you? And then the question that I always ask leaders, professional employees is, what will you do? What can you do with that extra time? And the truth be told, all of us can do so much more with that extra time, but it is being sucked up with behaviors or activities or actions that now a computer should be able to do for us.
The mundane is still existent when it should have been gone long ago.
Absolutely.
My prayer last night, Keisha, was I said, Lord, if you could please just between me and you, create something where or just me, I get 48 hours and 24 hours.
Listen.
If you could just give me 2 days in one, I promise you I can waste no more time.
But I think when you think of technology now and the age of AI, yes, we cannot, legitimately give you 48 hours and 24 hours. But I think of me as a leader of a company and as a leader of teams, the amount of output that I'm able to produce now,
unimaginable,
in the short time with AI as a tool is so good, because I am already beforehand. Let me use myself as an example. I produce reports, I lead teams, I coach clients, all of these things. And ordinarily, I would have to wait until the week is ending to finish off the week. With now AI, I can go into ChatGPT, for example, and I can say, okay, this is my month, right? This is my entire month. Yes, and I have an assistant who provides that support as well. But I can now go into AI and say, hey, this is my calendar for the month. Help me execute on what that needs to happen. And so I am in week 1, and my AI tool is in week 4. Already drafting everything that needs to be done. How much time does that save you? And not only time, but mental space, mental bandwidth. That to me is more valuable than the actual physical time.
Here's what I tell my clients, Keisha. I tell my clients that time management is a myth.
Yes, it is.
You need to manage your energy. Where are you putting your energy? Where you're exhausting energy, where you're using energy every day.
Yeah.
When you utilize your energy effectively, time becomes an infinite resource.
Absolutely.
As oxymoronic as that may sound, when you utilize your energy efficiently, your time becomes abundant.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And so when you find those leaders, Keisha, that have adapted and adopted, but are leaving their team members behind, right? They are full gung-ho, baby out with the bathwater. They're like, look, Miriam, get it together, or you gone? Whether they're saying that indeed or just an action, what do you say to those leaders that we need to caution them about as well?
I love what you said at the beginning of this show, and I think that is, first of all, the foundation of it. It's not just being tech savvy, it's being team savvy.
Yes.
Because the truth be told, yes, I love tech savvy leaders. I love them because, you know, I get to geek out with them.
Yes.
And if they are not passing off that excitement, that knowledge to their team, then they're going to still become frustrated because they are driven by tech and their team is being left behind. And that could be mean so many ways where they've not been trained, they don't know the tool that the leader is using. That creates a level of frustration. And we know what frustration does on the job, right? It can be disengagement, people begin to leave, or just be frustrated and they don't get the work done, which in turn go back onto the leader itself.
Yes.
And so it has to be where the leader is excited, that excitement is passed on to the employees, and of course this is my field, so I have to say it. You have to then train your teams, right? AI and technology will be here forever. And the tools will change. And so you not only need to train them once, but train them consistently. I had a conversation with a client or company yesterday or today, one day. These days go by fast. And they were talking about how they are in this age of upskilling their entire company just because they realized that while they would have trained their staff however many years ago, they realized that there is this resistance again when they introduce new technology. And that is really a result of lack of training because it's realizing that technology is moving fast. And unless you are one who really like geek out on technology like me, you want to be able to have times and places where you get your team up to speed with the technology so they can be as excited as you. And most importantly, so that they can produce the output that you want them to produce.
I think that's where leaders and employees, they get caught up in the why and the how versus what it's going to result in, right? When you invest in your team members, they invest in you. That is the bottom line. And if a team member realizes that they themselves become more efficient by utilizing a tool, it's just like when you give them the to-do list or the platform that you make your sales calls in, or you do your administration notes in. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's a tool that will create efficiency, create better productivity, and reduce the margin of error. Right?
It's not a threat.
It's not a threat.
It's really getting them to see, or getting leaders to see, it's not a threat, it's a tool. Now, are there some interesting ways people are using AI and technology? Yes. And there have always been interesting ways.
Yes, always.
People have used
This is nothing new under the sun. People in cricket from time immemorial. Abel, which one it is? Cain kill Abel, one of them. One of them killed the next one, and there was wickedness from time. So that's AI and technology is not going to create you know, crooked people or wicked people. But wherever that exists, it's your job as a leader as well to mitigate those risks. And we'll talk about that a bit later on in the show. But Keisha, what do you say to leaders? How do we ensure our push toward digital transformation does not outpace our team's capacity to adopt and adapt?
I want to answer that question, but I want to say one thing that I think we should begin to do as leaders, as a country as well. Dubai just announced, and I get AI news literally every day, all day sometimes on my phone, and I don't read them all because it's overwhelming, but I scan them. And they just announced AI education as mandatory from kindergarten all the way up.
Grade 12, wow.
When you think of that, that is what leaders should be doing, yes, in our country, but also thinking proactively, even in companies, where how can they make sure that this AI literacy is built into their performance reviews built into their conversations, because AI literacy is now a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing.
It's a thing,
It's
and
right
because there's so many factors that you want to keep in mind when it comes to AI, and knowing what is real, what is wrong, what is right. And it's really just helping those leaders to see or ask themselves the question, how can I have the conversation with my teams? How can I set the right AI policies, which is a critical part of this conversation as well when we think of leaders in organization. And so being able to know that this is the work that they need to begin doing now.
Now, Kishel, so much so that I had in the last, I would say maybe 2 months, I have had several, we call them sales calls, discovery calls, organizations. And 3 of these organizations asked me outright, are you certified or adept in AI? And when I could say yes to them, it was as almost as, you know what, that's all right, send us the invoice. We can hook you up. It's a requirement now to not only lead, but to do business.
Absolutely.
And these people, Kishel, want us to have this conversation in 1 hour. We only about 10 minutes in, and for Lord's sake. Anyway, we are going to take this opportunity to take a quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed the rundown on leadership. We want you to take a minute, use the restroom, get refreshed. We are coming right back to continue our conversation. This is leadership in a digital age. Stay close. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for the hottest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout, Sundays on the ZNS television network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Welcome back to the Rundown on Leadership. Kishel, let's shift gears for a quick moment. Let's talk specifically about artificial intelligence. Please explain to our audience, Kishel, what exactly is artificial intelligence or AI?
Yeah. So AI, in its simplest definition, is really the use of machines to do human work or human actions, right? That's really what it is. And, you know, when you think of that simple term, while AI has now become the buzz in the last, I would say now 3-4 years, we have been using machines to do human work for a very, very long time. So it's not a new concept. It's just become so concentrated and so new based on the OpenAI's ChatGPT, which is that type of AI now where we could, as humans, can interact with the machine and we can have a conversation with the machine. However, AI, artificial intelligence, machines doing human work have been around for a very long time.
A very long time. The best example I have, or not example, but the thought I get is my grandmother is a baker. She's been baking for like 80 years now, right? And we bought her a mixer one time. And my Grammy say, get this blasphemy out my kitchen. This thing from the devil. I know about kneading dough each side on 99 times on each side. But as she got older, she realized, wait now. I can't do the same work that I used to do. Perhaps a machine can. She called me one day, this is during COVID, baby, where you get that mixer from? Go buy one of them and bring it and test it, right? She realized that the mixer or machine could do what she's been doing all of her life and still produce the same quality, if not better. Right?
Absolutely.
Because her concern, like most leaders and employees, Kishel, was that if I don't put my hand in it, it may not be the same. Her concern was that my customers have become accustomed to Miss Mackey's this and so and so. And if she didn't do it, perhaps they would be able to tell, they'd know that she was the machine. But she tested it herself and realized, wait now, this I could do 4 loaves in 1 hour versus 1 in 1 day. You know what I mean? So when we explore, Kishel, then, the fear that comes along with AI and its usage, where does that fear come from? And what's your perspective on whether AI is a threat to leadership or a tool for its elevation?
Well, I'll answer the last question first. It's a tool for elevation, right? It's not a threat, it's a tool, just like any other tool. Now, where does the fear come from? Really and truly, from my experience and from just my studies and just consistent research on AI, but even without the research, I've been teaching tech for so long, and I always say, when someone says to me they are afraid of the tool, the tech, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, all of the tech tools, and I ask them, how well do you know it? They do not know it.
At all.
And so the fear of AI in this case, this tool, I think number one comes from their lack of knowledge of the tool, right? Especially if they are just listening to, widespread comments, you will find that people have lots of negative things to say about the tool because, again, we have the deep fakes, we have all of the negative sides of AI that's really common and very popular out there. And so it's easy to kind of latch on to a negative thought and then say, okay, I'm afraid of it, I'm not taking the time to learn it. The other fear the other fear is really that replacement, right? AI is going to replace me. Now, let's be real. When I first heard of ChatGPT and started to play with ChatGPT, specifically that tool, I thought the same thing. Like, what is this? I've been teaching tech for so long. I don't need to teach tech anymore because now you can just tell.
Get it.
And with Microsoft Copilot AI, Microsoft's AI, same thing. Do I need to teach Excel anymore when Copilot is literally a button in the software? And once I got over that, first of all, the leaders get over that fear and start to move forward and explore the tool. Because the more I began to explore the tool, as a techie, I began to realize, wow, first of all, it's a tool not meant to replace. It's to really amplify my knowledge and expertise. It's to amplify my productivity. It's to amplify my output. And I began to then look at how can I reinvent myself and my role within my business with this tool. So not looking at it as a replacement, it's how can I reinvent myself? And a lot of leaders in organizations and employees need to begin thinking from that place of how can I reinvent myself? How can I future-proof myself? Because the truth be told, the jobs are changing. Whether AI is here or not, the jobs are changing. I've been in HR for a long time, and we've been talking about that term future-proofing for a long time now.
Long time. The future's here. The future's now the past.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so it's that form of future-proofing and that action of looking at what are the tools and skills that I need today is something we need to embrace. And that focus on future-proofing is something that we all should be doing, whether AI is here or not.
Or not. I frame it this way, Keishel. Okay, let's be very real. Whether you're a female or male, there are things that you were born with. Hear me in the spirit. This is children's TV, so we ain't getting, you know? But there were things that you were born with, and there are things that you were not born with.
Yes.
Right? And every so often, you go as a lady to the hairdresser, and you get your hair done. You put on your eye makeup, my mommy would say. But gentlemen, you go to the barber, you get your fresh shape up, you get your little line-up going on. That is not a replacement to who you are. It enhances who you are.
Yep.
And these systems do the exact same thing. They enhance processes. They make things more efficient. They allow for you to be a better version of who you were born when you were born. So when you think about it, leaders, employees, young people, old people, if you adapt to this system, adopt this system, and adapt to what it's meant to do for you, you will be better.
Absolutely.
Many of you females, I'll say this, can't leave home with your lash off.
Listen.
If you're lashing on, you ain't feel fully dressed. So why is it that you can't adopt and adapt to a platform and a system that will help you to get to a better version of you? It's the same concept. They may be apples and oranges in your mind, but the theory, what I'm saying is that if you adapt and adopt, if you embrace, right, you will not be replaced. Failure to embrace will certainly result in...
And I love that. I always love that analogy. And when we think of leaders, particularly, here's what it cannot replace, even if it tries. It cannot replace vision. It cannot replace empathy. It cannot replace team energy and mission of your company. You have to bring that.
Every single day.
Every single day. The tool is not going to replace that. It cannot. Can you use the tool to amplify how you communicate? Yes. And wouldn't you want to use the tool to amplify how you communicate and how you relate that vision to your team? Absolutely. So, you know, when we think of replacement, we really have to look at what I bring as a human, not even just a leader, as a human, and then, of course, a leader, to the table and ask, can it replace? AI is, and, you know, I do a lot of studies, and they say, of course, AI is passing, you know, these tests, the bar exam and all of these exams faster and better than humans, and I get that. And, of course, there's discussion and debate around that, too. I always say, though, we are more intelligent than AI. And I will maintain that stance. And so as leaders, we have to recognize that we bring the creativity, we bring the insight and the new ideas to the tool, and then the tool is supposed to execute on the vision, the energy, the excitement, all of the things that you as a human bring. You get the tool to amplify that.
I think this is where the leader has to now tap into what they bring to the table every day, religiously, unequivocally. Because you could have a new platform, a new system, a new tool, but unless you know how to use, what to put into that tool, how to manipulate it, how to engage it, it still is just a tool.
It's just a tool.
Right? And you're still just the person trying your best to grasp onto it.
And you have the intelligence that you, and I, you know, I use my ChatGPT every day, Copilot every day. And the way that I have trained it now to perform for me, and there's a way that you train the tools to execute on your behalf. The way that I've trained it where I can just drop something, a word or a photo, or just a voice note into my AI tool, and it executes in an exact way that I want it to execute. Where did that execution idea, where did those instructions come from? They came from me. They came from my 20 years of training and background and real world knowledge. So again, it's you putting your insights, your expertise, your education into the tool and training it to work the way you want it to work.
Okay, so Michelle, I have a little idea here. I want us to get really practical for our audience today because I think no matter how much we explain this will still feel like Miss. You talking alien language, I don't understand you. Okay, so AI is not ChatGPT. No. ChatGPT is in a form of
one of the many tools of AI.
But it's one of the more popular and most widely used tools in AI, from AI. Keisha, let's talk through a quick example of what a leader can do. Let's make it very, very local to our current regime, our current realities here in the country. Let's just say now, a leader is someone with 15 years experience. They have a business they just opened 4 years ago. They have, actually no, I am a manager in a bank, right? I have now 6 members, loan officers on my team. 3 of them are from baby boomer, and 3 of them are, 2 of them are millennials, 1 is a Gen Z. Everybody's sharp, but they are on the same page. We are having conflict on this team. I am a 47-year-old man with 2 children. I'm a divorced man. I believe that sense comes from experience, not from classroom and fancy book. Okay?
Absolutely.
How do I take that reality, that lived reality? I've also been a banker from I was 17 years old. So all I know about is AS400 and green screen.
That's some time ago.
That's a real life example. Right now, somebody's facing, somebody just perch up. Oh Lord, he's talking about me. How do we help this individual, Keishel, with the use of just one of the AI tools in ChatGPT?
So I'm going to use ChatGPT because that is the widely known tool. There are thousands of AI tools, right? So ChatGPT, Copilot, those are the ones that I love to play with, but I explore tools all day, every day. You know, when I think of that person, and this is that person, and I think of any leader, any professional, one of the biggest things that they can do to set themselves up for success, whether you're going into that company where you're managing the team or not, is to get their morning right. Get the morning right. Because we know if the morning starts off funny or iffy or rocky, then potentially, not all the time, but potentially the day will go. And I'm going to give you a way that I use AI every morning, and that person, that example you can use, and any other person you can use. I have in my ChatGPT a folder called Morning Recap, morning pre-cap, evening recap. And so I've given it a set of instructions based on how I want to think about and process the day every morning. And of course, that person will have its own, because he has a team, he has maybe some projects, all of that is happening. And so I gave ChatGPT a set of instructions, and I say every morning, I will give you my day. And I gave them my day because in a voice note situation, we all voice note
every day,
all day.
All day. All day. Some people too much, for Lord's sake.
So I would be on my walk, I would be on my drive. Sometimes I'm sitting in my couch drinking my hot chocolate in the morning, and I'm talking, and I'm like, okay, it is 7:15 a.m., Tuesday, Monday, whatever day it is, and I give the date, and I literally just do a brain dump for the morning. Okay, today is a full day. I have 3 meetings. I have these employees. They're stressing me out. I have to prepare this report. I have to do this interview. And I do the brain dump. And based on the instructions, it organizes my day for me. Okay, you need to delegate this to your assistant because it knows my assistant. You know what, that report, I have an old report because it knows the content. I have an old report from the last one. Do you want me to pull that report instead of starting from scratch? Yes. Okay, you know what, you need to be thinking differently about this. You need to probably call this person to follow up to see. And it literally takes my thoughts, organizes it, and my day is planned. And then throughout the day, if things come up based on the planned work, I go to AI and I say, okay, this is not working the way it is. Okay, do you want me to make the changes? And then at the end of the day, I do an evening recap. And I have a particular structure of how I want to end my day. It's very seven steps. And I do the same voice note. Okay, boy, today was rough. These employees, they struggled. They were struggling. My boss, you know, I needed to get some details to her, and I didn't get it in time. So, and it literally takes that, again, that recap of the day, organizes it, tell me what needs to be focused on the next day, and I could go to bed in peace.
Wow.
So when we think of that person that you gave, or any leader, how valuable it is just to be able to have a space that you can download thoughts. We know there are so many thoughts running through our head and minds each day, and what happens when that is left unchecked? That it feels overwhelming. It feels like there's so much to do. Sometimes being able to, I can speak for myself as a leader as well, sometimes being able to just decompress.
Yes, woosah.
And woosah and say, this is everything that's in my head. Now you take it and organize it in the way that I've given you to be organized. That alone will make a huge difference for leaders who have so many things going on. For home, family, work, business, employees, being able to just have that space where you can talk to this tool or give it to the tool, and it does the work for you.
Listen, this is so good. I don't know about y'all, but listen, we're gonna take a break. When we return, we're gonna continue our conversation on AI and leadership in the digital age. Are there any downsides, right? Should people, leaders, be wary of employees who get crafty and tricky with the platforms? What about all the deepfake scams that we've seen in the news recently? Stay close, we're coming right back. All that and more when we return.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now.
Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye. And the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date, Saturday, June 28th, 2025, Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones, and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rundown on Leadership. We are still here with Keishelle Davis, and we're talking about all things leadership in the digital age. Now, Keishelle and I, before the break, we talked about how a leader can use ChatGPT as one tool in AI to really help them to navigate some of the challenges that they're facing as a leader in their daily life. What we did during the break was actually went into my ChatGPT. Her name was Mildred. I call her Millie when we get a little gangster, you know? But we went into my ChatGPT and I said to her exactly what I said to you on the air. I said to you, there's a 47-year-old branch manager. He's a male, he's divorced. Yes. He's leading a team of 6 individuals ranging in age from 56 to 24. There's conflict on that team on a daily basis. Give me some strategies that this manager can utilize and implement today to make his life easier and make his teams come together. Here's what she said in about 2.8 milliseconds. 4 proven strategies to reduce or address conflict on a multi-generational team. I'm just going to name them 1 through 4. Facilitate a safe space for open dialogue, structured communication, forums. Number 2, clarify roles, expectations, and shared goals. Number 3, address unspoken generational biases with empathy training. Number 4, coach for accountability, not blame.
That's
right? Because as I said in the example as well, the 47-year-old manager was there when he was 17. 30 years in, he relates more than likely more to the 56 and 42-year-olds versus the 24-year-old. But this team is made up of 6 individuals who have the same skill set, well, same maybe goals to meet, targets to settle, but the skill set may be different. The way they approach it may be different. This is a tool that can help you. This goes on for pages, right?
And I would even say with that information, he could customize it even more by saying to the AI, hey, this is who my team is. This is what
you got Mary,
this is what their
you got
nuance
Susan,
is.
you got Paul, you got Pookie, you got Jerome. And Jerome don't like to come to work on time. Pookie always late. Mary them always going outside to go buy a number. All of these things can be a part of the experience you create in an app and a tool to help you navigate leadership in a better way.
And the truth be told, leaders struggle with being able to have someone on hand to be able to even vent to. And get that unbiased feedback and clarity. Because no matter how evolved you are as a leader, you're colored in thinking about who you have to deal with. Because somebody on that 6-member team is run you dead hot or make you feel dead happy. And so your approach to them is going to be different based on you know, but anyway. So we can go on and on.
But then let's talk now, Keisha, because we've seen so much in the last 4 weeks alone. So many instances of what we call deep fake scams in the media. Mr. Prime Minister has experienced, something targeted at using him as a part of that scheme. We have the central bank has been affected by this. What do we do as leaders and organizations to help to protect the credibility of our teams? Remind our customers that we are still very focused on keeping their information intact and safe. What do you say to leaders and how do they navigate that perspective when it comes to technology and AI?
There's a couple of things. Number one, there is still something valuable. You know, we talk about deep fakes. We also have to make sure and develop deep trust in our teams, right?
Say that again. That's like a coffee house moment. Yes.
We have to develop, instead of focusing on the deep fakes, which is a real thing now, it's a real risk. How do we as leaders, as managers, as team organizers develop deep trust? In that, if you see something that that's a deep fake of a mad, for example, I am, as your client, as your colleague, trust Ahmad so much because I value and know its your character that I'm like, no man, that can't be. And then, of course, being able to have that open conversation and that dialogue or that open access to say, okay, can I contact you to verify? But it's that deep trust where people know that this cannot be coming from you, right? That is also where AI literacy comes back in. So having people now as a whole appreciate that there is such thing as deepfake and having the literacy and the understanding to really stop and think, hey, is this really Ahmad?
This don't sound real. It don't feel real.
And truth be told, it's going to look realer over time. It's going to sound realer over time, but it's having that pause to say, okay, this is not Ahmad's character. Back to the deep trust. Let me go, and this could be an AI. Let me pause as opposed to sharing this, as opposed to believing it. Let me pause because there is such thing as this deep fake. Let me pause, do my own research before reaching out or before believing, right? So that's one, deep trust. AI literacy, making sure, and that's why, again, going back to that example of Dubai, just training now everyone what AI literacy actually is, what to look for, what not to look for, etc. And then ensure that there are and this is not foolproof, but making sure that there are some type of ethical AI policies put in place with your organization, nationwide as well. Again, we have standards and laws for everything else. What are those AI policies that we can put in place? Again, it doesn't stop someone from fully doing it, but at least provide some type of pause to someone.
Somewhere.
Absolutely, to say, okay, if this happens and you are caught doing some type of negative AI work, what are the consequences behind it? So it's you can put those things in place to hopefully begin to cause people to pause and watch what they do as opposed to running in and believing it. But it's, you know, I listened to the book and I mentioned it on the break, a book called Co-Intelligence by Ethan Moloch. He is a university professor and it's such a good book on AI. And he said, this is perhaps the worst AI we will ever have. So when you think of that, he said, this is perhaps the worst AI we will ever have, meaning it's going to get smarter and better and faster. And so it's really making sure, again, deep trust, AI literacy, and putting those policies in place so we know we have at least some guardrails around this tool.
When you think, Hishel, of all the experience you have, of all the years you spent training and developing organizations, leaders, people who want to become better at all things tech, we have discussed just one arm of AI and artificial intelligence, right? There's so much more to this conversation, digitalization, the use of technology, all of these things. What do you say to the leader and the employee who is somehow convinced that their experience is sufficient? I've been around for 40 years. They can't beat knowledge, they can't beat wisdom, and they are stuck in their way and unprepared, unwilling rather, to take the plunge and really embrace all technology has to offer.
I think you answered your own question, Ahmad. They are stuck in their way. They're going to be stuck. When I think of AI, think of Blockbuster and Netflix.
Talk about it.
Blockbuster thought that they had it all. I mean, that was it, right? When you think of just how that company operated, it was ahead, but it was also stuck. And the interesting thing about it is they could have evolved when the signs started to show that numbers were dropping, people were starting to stream movies, but they chose to remain stuck. They chose to lean on their big nature. They are popular. No. So when you think of that leader who feels that their knowledge is enough, you're already stuck. You're already behind the 8 ball. And you're going to realize where you may not be moving forward, and if you stay stuck, the people who are moving will be past you, because employees, co-workers, clients are going to demand output much faster than we're getting it today. Because there's going to be a time where there's no excuse for
it's taking 15 days. Why is it taking 48 hours?
Because the tools, and we only talked about ChatGPT, but there are so many other tools now built into emails, for example. There's no, and even me, I use AI, and sometimes I realize that, well, I've taken too long to respond. And I don't have to, because the tools are built in to automatically reply, or at least automatically create a draft for you. So there's going to be a point where you're going to be left behind. In fact, you're already left behind.
You're already there. I think this whole concept of will AI replace me, will technology replace me, we've heard it said in our space that technology itself, AI itself, the platform itself will not replace you. What will replace you is the person using it. The organizations tapping into it. The people who are investing in the development of their teams will replace you. Because if we look at Blockbuster and Netflix, and now look at Netflix. Netflix has no choice but to continue to evolve and innovate. Because you have Hulu and you have Disney and you have all these things that are right. First of all, the evolution is not a choice if you want to be sustainable. It's a requirement. And if you decide to hang tight to all you know, if my grandmother had decided, child, please, I can keep needing this door in my hand 99 times each side, she could lose money. And even at 89 years old, she realizes, even at my age, you need money to spend.
Absolutely. Leaders need to begin having conversations like AI is a part of the team.
In fact, at the meeting, at the round table, we have Sarah.
AI is your co-worker.
That's your co-worker, that's your team member.
And I have been, and I am really excited for the organizations who have embraced it, where in conversations and meetings, they would say, put that in AI or put that in Chappy. Most people name their tool Chappy because I named the tool Chappy. But that's the conversation in the meetings now. It's not, oh, how long it can take you to do it.
How long?
Put it in Chappy and bring it here. Let's talk
Yes,
about it right
yes,
now.
yes.
That is the nature of how it's going to operate. It's not if that's going to happen.
It's when you decide to use it, because if you really want to create an efficient team, if you really want to create deep trust on your teams, Franklin Butler says it this way. He said, trust is a currency.
Yes.
And when there is a lack of trust on your team, nothing else is going to happen.
Absolutely.
And so rather than hiding behind ChatGPT to try to be smarter or so, end that. I say all the time to my clients, embrace vulnerability. Say the fact that I don't know the answer to this, but I know a platform that might. Let's brainstorm together and come up with a solution to this problem that we are all facing, all experiencing right now.
And you be the solution.
You be the solution.
If your team or your leader is not embrace it, you show it. You come to the table and say, hey, this is what I've been able to produce with this tool.
Yes.
And I mean, there's so many examples of it. And I was telling you before we started, this concept of, and it's almost there, and it's going to get there at 100%. AI is going to eventually be a button in every single thing we have. Just a button. Right now, it's a separate app.